That's P-A-A-K, pack. Not you guys. We leave off at Terminal As in Massachusetts. Those are our terminal R's. The As at the ends of our words, the R's at the ends of our words. We save them for more important words. Like my personal favorites, idea. Or when the state police officer used to stand on television as part of the safety campaign for the highways and say, buckle up, in Massachusetts, it's the LAR. You know, L-A-W, LAR. Before the Pack Street Church was here, there was a building known as the Granary. Can anyone guess what we kept in the granary? And don't say your grandmother. That's a terrible thing to do to an old lady. Grain. Because every time the English went to war, we as good, loyal English subjects jumped in with both feet and made money off of other people's suffering. The merchants here would hoard the grain and sell it only to the highest bidder, even if the highest bidder was French, Spanish, or Dutch. That meant the common people here could not afford food. Do you think the common people would let their children starve while there's food rotting away a few blocks down the road in a warehouse? Of course not. Haven't you heard our battle cry? Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. We here in Boston in the 17th and 18th century were absolutely 100% convinced that words would never hurt you. That's why our two favorite household items were the stick and the stone. We go down to the warehouses, kick down the doors, beat up the merchants, and steal the food. And if you don't like it, we'll burn down your house. Unless we haven't burnt down your barn yet this year, and then we do that instead. We have a long history of rioting here in Boston that comes from being English. How many of you have heard of Guy Fawkes Day? All right, how about Pope's Day? Pope's Day is basically Guy Fawkes Day. I'm going to oversimplify. Guy Fawkes in 1605 tried to blow up Parliament. First of all, how much of a loser do you have to be to fail to blow up Parliament after you get the gunpowder in the building? What kind of a martyr are you? A celebration was created in England that says, Huzzah! Guy Fawkes didn't blow up Parliament. And to celebrate the fact that this didn't happen, the English take an effigy, which is basically a dummy, not the village idiot, of course, but a puppet that represents someone you don't like. And to show how much they don't like either Guy Fawkes or a bishop or the Pope, they light it on fire. Doesn't that sound fun to you? You said no. What are you, French? Now, in Boston we got creative. We had two gangs made up entirely of Protestants, a North and a South End gang. Each built their own effigies of the Pope, marched them through town, and demanded money or alcohol from everybody they encountered, especially the rich people. They chanted a little poem. Don't you remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot? I see no reason the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. From Rome to Rome the Pope is come, amid 10,000 fears, with fiery serpents to be seen, from eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. Don't you hear my little bell? Go chink, chink, chink. Throw me out some money to buy me, Pope, some drink. Now, if you give them what they want, they leave you alone. If you don't give them what they want, they beat you up and tar and feather you. Most people gave them what they wanted. The object was to get to the middle of town, where these two gangs, made up entirely of Protestants, as part of an anti-Catholic celebration, beat each other up. I didn't say they were smart, to decide which side of town's Pope they were going to burn that year. What this has to do with anything is this. Sam Adams grew up in this town. And every year he looked out the window and realized that when people in Boston feel like they're being pushed around, they push back. And he had to realize that if someone could just organize these people, you'd have an army. And what would you call that army? Well, an Irishman serving in Parliament once referred to them as the Sons of Liberty, and the name stuck.